Hey everybody, Forbes Riley here. We're actually on a set. I'm shooting an infomercial at the moment, but I've been asked by Carol Barlow to answer some questions for your new show. So my beautiful Sarah's over here. She's going to ask the questions. I've got Dustin behind my flip camera. Welcome to my kitchen. Come on in. Come around this way. And let's see what we can do, what we can tell you so that I get to be a boss on television. Young mogul. All right, so what do we got?
Forbes, where are you originally from?
Okay, so where am I from? I grew up on Long Island, which when I'm tired kind of comes out because I start talking like this. But when I was 16, I was in Miss Teenage America pageant with Bob Hope. Does that say how old I am? He was really old at the time. And I learned to talk better. But I'm definitely a New York girl who spent 20 years in LA. And yeah.
Tell me about your company, Forbes. When did it start? How did you come up with the idea?
All right, my company. My company's called Spin Gym. This is Spin Gym. This is me in Spin Gym. And this is Spin Gym. Now what's interesting is I spent my entire career as an actress, a TV host, worked on Broadway, hosted ESPN's X Games, did a lot of fitness, work on home shopping. And one day someone said, you know what, you need to brand yourself. And I said, well, to do that, you've got to have product. And I was lucky enough to figure out Spin Gym. And it's not only changed my world, but the lives of hundreds of thousands of other people. What do you got?
Did you have this passion as a child?
All right, so here's the thing. I grew up as a dancer. I grew up as a fat dancer. Nothing's worse than a fat dancer. I didn't understand my body at all. My mom was 260 pounds my whole life. So you can imagine, through high school, through college, professionally, I wanted to be this actress. Even on soap operas, everyone kept saying, oh, you're just too heavy, you need to lose weight, you need to lose weight. So I've been on every single diet known to man. Can you imagine, in New York City, I went on the Beverly Hills diet. In the dead of winter, I'm trying to find papaya, mango, and one night at dinner, I brought my whole thing of grapes, and my father just looked at me and said, you're not doing that. I'm like, Dad, I only have grapes for dinner. So I went nuts, trying to figure it out. And what's interesting is it wasn't until I worked with Jack LaLanne 8 years ago that my entire world changed. I'd just given birth to 2 babies. I had a 65-inch waist. And Jack, after I gave birth to my babies, looked at me and said, you know, if man made it, don't eat it. I don't think I ever thought about that before. My whole diet started to shift, to become more natural. I ended up starring in a movie about raw food and became obsessed with fitness products and helping other people because I know how much I struggled. I mean, I don't think I can share with you how much I struggled. It's really embarrassing when people take every day, all day, that you need to lose weight, that you're too fat, oh, you got a pretty face, but. That's all I ever heard. And standing here now, at my age, wearing a size 4'6", shooting a fitness show, being a fitness role model, to me this is like living a dream. And everything changed because of Spin Gym.
How was it to get started?
Wow, how long do you guys have? She just asked me how long does it get started. Starting a company is really, really hard. I've never had to do it. I apparently have been the most blessed person in the world. As an actress, as a TV host, you know what you do? You get a script, you show up, you go home. They send you a royalty check. I get royalty checks every week from all over the world. When you own your own business, I have walked through hell and back again. And the silly thing that I did was that I did a lot of it in public. When I first started Spin Gym, I still don't even really know how you run a company. I keep making this up. I got my MBA in life. I wish I'd gone to school to figure this out. So I launched this on a TV series called Pitchman. And I had this really strong dream about what this should be. I think I kind of got railroaded. All I know is at the end of Pitchman, it aired on television, I was made to look foolish. Do I care about looking foolish? Yeah, I actually do. I didn't think that I did. At one point, they said to me, I wanted to sell this for $29.99. I came up with 2 DVDs and a workout and a whole plan to do this. And they said, no, we're going to sell it for $9.99. And I said on camera, I said, I'm not going to put my name on something like a piece of cheap plastic crap, because that's what they wanted to make my product out of, and sell it for $9.99. Well, somehow when it aired on national television, all you heard me say was, I would never put my name on something that sold for $9.99. I got YouTube messages like, Forbes is a greedy bitch, she's stupid, she's... I mean, thousands of comments. And it was really hard to take. But here's the thing that I learned, is that when you believe in something with all your heart, and you believe that you're doing good, nothing stops you. I've always been a person who, I never went in the front door for anything. I've never actually applied for a job and gotten it. I always had to go around the back door. I'm the queen of getting it done. I used to just dream about The Apprentice because I'm really good at that stuff. This is no different. Because once the show aired, and I had all these people negative, there were also people who were positive who said, we want to buy the product. And I was like, oh shoot, I don't make the product. So now I had to track down a manufacturer, figure out how to make it done, and then finance it. And here was the big thing. I was going to do it on my own. So you know what I did? I mortgaged my house, my kids' education. I said to my husband, I said, I believe in this little thing. I believe this is going to affect millions of people's lives, from shoulder rehab to people in wheelchairs to breast cancer recovery patients to former fatties like myself. And we can change lives. And he looked at me and he said, let's roll the dice. Everything I owned was on the table. And then it took the guys in China 8 months to deliver my first product. So for 7 months, my husband and I just walked around the house going, my God, how stupid am I? I just wrote a $100,000 check to somebody I don't know in China. This is called learning the hard way. But the product showed up, and here was the ace in the hole that I have. I work on home shopping. I talk to my women directly. Hundreds of thousands of women, and they get me. And I knew that as soon as they put this in their hands, that they would feel what I felt, that they would be able to get rid of these saggy, flabby arms. January 4th, a year and a half ago, I launched on home shopping, and they only bought 5,000. They didn't think we could sell. 5,500 in 34 minutes. I sell 10 to 12,000 of these a day, every day that I go on home shopping, and that's just here in this country. We are now all over the world. And then as a kind of a bonus, I ended up in Forbes magazine as one of the fastest growing companies. So, Forbes on Forbes? Sounds good. Sorry if I got a little passionate there and emotional. Wow.
How'd you come up with the name?
The name, oh my God, this is I don't know how long you've got. The name was Spin Gym. I didn't understand trademarks. I didn't know you couldn't just go out and name something. So I walked around calling this a spin gym, right? Well, it turns out the guys who created spinning bikes own all of that, right? They own 900 URLs and 9,000 trademarks. So I called up the company and I said, hey, you know, I got this little product I want to do. I want to call it a spin gym. And they're like, no, we don't give our trademarks to anybody, click. And I looked at my husband and I thought, that woman just hung up on me. She has no idea who she just hung up on. And I said, I'm going to get this trademark. And so I called back, I called the CEO of the company, very, very nice man. He said, you know, I like you, I've seen you on television. For 15% of your company, I'll give you the name. I said, why don't you take one of my twins too? So I may not be the best businesswoman, but I know giving up that much isn't going to work. So now we're also shooting this reality show, and I'm shooting my infomercial. Everyone's like, what's the name? What's the name? And I'm like, I don't know. A spin buddy, a go-yo, a toga, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. My daughter, 6 years old, sits on my lap, holds my face and says, Mommy, I don't know why you're looking at all these other names. This is a spin gym. And I thought, damn it, all right. And so I talked to my dear departed friend, Billy Mays, about what do I do. And Billy sat with me and he said, pick up the phone, call him, offer him money, tell him you're going to shoot tomorrow and you need his help. And I did. And so Spin Gym is a pretty hard-fought name, and you know what? It's exactly the right name. The disc spins, it's a total body gym. I fought for it, and I got the trademark. What else you got?
How are you as a boss?
Oh my God, how are I as a boss? I'm focused, I'm driven, I'm tough, but I'm also compassionate. The thing that makes me a great boss is that I listen. I believe that everyone's got that idea inside them. I believe that when you're so close to something, you can't see the forest for the trees, so I listen a lot. But I have very clear visions about what I need. The other thing that I appreciate is I'm a mom of twins. I like the family unit. I love the Google model. I wish that our company makes enough money that I can get my teammates, by the way, they're teammates, not employees. We're on the team together, and I talk about them that way. That I could get them massages, get their car washed, get them to bring their dog to work. I just built a huge television studio, and it's a home, it's a family. My husband cooks, he's a chef. We're all about this unit. When I win, everybody wins. But I will share a story with you. When I first moved to St. Pete, Florida, I met an amazing woman who was 51 years old. She had 3 grown kids, and she looked at me and said, you know, I believe in you and your product. And this is a time when nobody believed in it. People thought, oh, that's a yo-yo. And I said, no, it's so much more. Her name is Frances. And she sat up with me and helped me write my book and get my stuff done. And every day when I was down, and believe me, starting a business all by yourself with your own money is hard and it's frightening. And she stuck with me. 6 weeks ago, she had an asthma attack in front of her grown children and passed away. And so hopefully she's out there just watching me. It's funny because I was in LA when she died in Florida. I came to Florida the day of her funeral. I had to fly to London to shoot my infomercial because I'd finally gotten a company to invest $250,000 in me and my little idea. And so I believe that Frances has been there for me the entire time. She's in all, anyway, I don't want to get too emotional, but the point is my goal for her as my first employee was I couldn't wait to take her on a trip. So let's get rich enough that we can fund her grandchildren's education. It'd be a very nice gift to give them, but that's who I am as a boss. And actually one of my friends just gave me a little quote too, if I can squeeze this in here, because I am tall. Okay.
Describe your day-to-day.
Describe my day-to-day. Oh my God, how long is this video going to be? Let's see, I wake up at some 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. How do I know that? Because the first thing I do is I check in with Facebook. I've got 7,500 fans at the moment, 5,000 friends. They need to be tended to. A lot of the success that I got initially was through social media, was through figuring out on my own. I got on national talk shows like The Doctor, E! Entertainment, all through Facebook. I love socially connecting one-on-one with people. I get great ideas from grassroots. So day to day, I wake up, ridiculous time, 4 or 5 o'clock. A couple minutes of Facebook, I hit the gym for an hour, hour and a half maybe. It's been a lot of working out to keep this body super fit, but that's my job. Then I gotta get the kids ready to school. They're out the door by like 7:45. I love driving them to school. I love making lunches for them. My husband and I tag team, because I also travel a lot. So thank God I've got a man who loves his children so much that he can cook for them, he can clean for them, he drives them to school, he does their homework, and then we live in, he's the best. What else do I do? Then I go to hit the office. Oh my God. I live on, thank God for smartphones. I can do anything anywhere. Between the smartphone, my MiFi, and my computer, I'm on all day, every day, and fast forward through dinners with friends, clients, talking between China and England and France and everywhere else. I go to bed somewhere about 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So I read somewhere that Martha Stewart sleeps 4 hours a night. She's my hero.
What are the goals for your company?
My goals for my company, world domination. No, and I don't say that lightly. You know, who would have thought that something stupid as a step, like a little piece of wood, would have sold 12 million steps? That's the silliest thing I've ever heard of. I see 12 million spin gyms. I've got interest now from South Africa, from Australia, from India, from China. We're going to have spin gym in everybody's home. Every rehab center should have a spin gym. Every older person. I have an initiative now, because you can get cardio in a wheelchair, that every time we sell 2 spin gyms full price plus shipping, we give one away to someone in a wheelchair. Doesn't matter if they're disabled or older, they deserve to be fit. And then the last thing is, every time you see a walk, every kind of Revlon run walk, breast cancer walk, you should be spin gymming. I have a pink spin gym coming out next month, because this is one of the most amazing ways to tone and lift your chest muscles. So why not have every breast cancer survivor get money, be fit, happy, and healthy? Part of my mission in my company.
How can you inspire others in getting their own ventures started?
How can I inspire others? Man, I inspire others every day. That's all I do. I actually collect emails and letters from people saying how much I inspire them. I teach this tomorrow, actually. I've got an 8-hour lecture. I travel all over the world lecturing to entrepreneurs how they get their product out, especially to young women who've been told that they can't do it. I'm a firm believer that women are more than equal. So I'm out there. You know, having a platform like this, I look at Bethany Frankel, who took one show called Real Housewives of New York and just parlayed it into a $100 million deal for Skinny Girl. She ain't got nothing on me.
How competitive are you?
Did I just say how competitive I am? Move over. I'm a Taurus. I graduated high school by skipping a year. I graduated college in 3 years with 2 degrees. Competitive, I think, is my middle name. Yeah, I won't say anymore, but yeah. When there's a win to have.
Tell me about your family. How close are they involved in the business?
Okay, my family. Now this is, I'll put my spin gym down for a second. I've got 2 8-year-old twins who are going to grow up to be the ultimate entrepreneurs. They're already out there selling. My daughter has got her shtick down. Okay, she goes up to women all the time and says, "Do you like your flabby arms? Because my mommy has something that could help that." She comes back with $30 cash. Every time I turn around, this girl's got money. She's like, "Mommy, you got another spin gym in the car?" So they saw mommy do it. In fact, I just went to Europe for 3 weeks. We're filming in England and Spain, and I packed 50 spin gyms with me just to collect fun stories and videos. I sold them everywhere. In fact, I sold one all in French. Well, she witnessed all of this. The funniest thing is to see your 2 8-year-olds. But then I noticed something too. My son came up to me. He's very intellectual. He plays chess, and he is a mathematician. He's only 8. But he says, "Mommy, I can't sell the way you guys do. My hands get all sweaty." And I looked at him and I said, "You don't have to sell." He said, you're the inventor kid. I'm not going to push you guys to do anything, but they see what we do. They eat healthy. Okay, this is another thing about my kids. So they're 2 very tall, healthy 8-year-olds and a big blonde husband. I'll send you a photo. My kids eat weirder than any other kids you've ever seen because they grew up with Jack LaLanne their entire life. In fact, Jack's last birthday, right before he passed away, we all woke up in his house with him and juiced. And I swear my kids don't realize how fortunate they are to have this man in their lives. But we juice every day. My son, my daughter, they'll eat broccoli as a snack. Somebody asked this is so funny. We were eating in a restaurant the other day and this woman was staring at my son. And I got up and I said, "Excuse me, can I help you?" And she said, "I'm sorry. Your son is eating seaweed salad and seared tuna and he's a little kid. How did you do that?" So we're a tight unit. We travel all over together. We're on a mission. They know what mommy does. I'll get phone calls from my daughter. My daughter will say, "Hey, mommy, it's okay if you're away as long as you're earning money, right? You are selling spin gems." So I think we're all on board. And the last couple of infomercials that I've done, my whole family is in it. Kind of crazy, isn't it? All right, so they're telling me that's all the time that I've got. We got to go back to work. I think you've got to answer a lot of your questions. If you want a smart, aggressive, funny, I don't know, what else you're looking for? Entrepreneur? I don't think you can look any further than right here. But then I'm, all right, that's it. We're done.